All right, vocabulary. Number 1, dub. To give an unofficial name or nickname to. Michael Jackson was dubbed the King of Pop, right? Number 2, red tape. Excessive rules for business. Sometimes somebody is running to become president and they say, I will cut the red tape away so businesses can start more easily. Examples of red tape might be you have to have so many employees that are a certain age or from a certain part, so many little rules about who you have to hire or how much money you have to pay them. Do you have to give them insurance? And do you can only make this kind of business in this part of the city or that kind of thing, right? Next, financier. A person concerned with the management of large amounts of money on behalf of governments or other large organizations. Okay, like finance worker, essentially. I don't really know like the detailed job that they do. Maybe Kite would know more than me, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, okay. Number 4, mainstream. Belonging to or characteristic of a principal, dominant, or widely accepted group. The main style, right? Mainstream can be music, or news, or religion, or just style, mainstream style. Number 5, funnel. To pour through. If I have like a wine bottle and it's empty and I want to pour something into it, it's quite difficult. So we make some funnel, right? It gets wider at the top. That's a funnel. That's the tool funnel, right? The verb is to funnel something concentrated, like in a smaller area, right? To funnel it in there. An example would be a bad example. Maybe Choi Shun-sil funneled money into her organization, right? Money from a big amount of money into one small place, right? Flop, to fail utterly. Flop means to fall over, right? Rabbits have floppy ears. Sometimes dogs, like beagles, have floppy ears. Okay, like a wolf or German Shepherd, they have sharp ears, point up, or Doberman, their ears point up, right? But floppy ears fall down. So a flop for a business is a business that doesn't go up, just falls over. So Kite, what was the business you talked about that flopped? The tapioca business? The first one? You said they failed, right? In Apgujeong, the tapioca?
Yeah, tapioca is, it's just a small shop.
Okay, the small shop flopped. Okay. And another example of a flop. Segway kind of flopped, right? The Segway flopped a little bit. It was like many people invested money in it. I think maybe Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, like lots of money, and it was in a few places, but it wasn't that popular, right? They thought it was gonna sell like billions, right? Yep. It was a flop. Next, Ponzi scheme. This is, let's say Kite starts a business, and then he says to me, if you start a business, you should work for me. I will take 10% of your money. Okay, then I ask Ayang, okay, work for Kite's business. And then I get a little bit of her money, and then he gets a little bit of my money, right? Like she's out there selling something, let's say knives on the street, right? So she sells knives, and then she gets Sujin to join. Sujin sells knives, but a little bit of her money goes to Ayang, and a little bit of Ayang's money goes to me. Like it's pyramid, right? And Kite is at the top. He gets a little money from everybody, right? Network, right? But when you join, you think, oh, I'm not doing well. But if I get other people to join, I will make more money, right? So it continues to grow, right? That's kind of Ponzi scheme. And it's named after somebody in the US who made a really big Ponzi scheme, right? Next, penalize. Some people say penalize. So you might hear it sometimes. You've heard it? Oh, anyways, penalize. To impose penalty on someone. Basically to punish, right? For Google, they penalize websites if they have a lot of spam on it, right? So like, let's say we make a website for our class, but I put a lot of text, but in like the background of the website is white, and I put white text so I can get more Google results. Google can find that out and they penalize your website. You're cheating. You're making invisible text and maybe it has lots of words, right? Like Gangnam Shopping or Samsung TV, all these words to make people come to the website, they will penalize you. Right? That's an example. Or yeah, if your company is smoking in the bathroom of a 6-story building and you have an office in that building and you're smoking in the bathroom, your company can be penalized. All right. Any questions?